there's a lot of confirmation bias, and we get to see the side like that affirms us and keeps us angry, because then that keeps us on the app and we're just like, heck yeah, like, or whatever we're doing, doom scrolling through like this, like just information overload. Whereas like growing up, we still for a couple years had to make sure nobody was going to call us if we wanted to use the internet, or they knew like, phone line's going to be busy. But I've never really not had like information able to be like thrown at me. And I think that that's an important factor to like not only address that we've never had this much information and knowledge, and like other people to talk to, or like other people to be manipulated by or manipulate. So much like you said, like the addiction community also uses the term users, and like I wouldn't call myself a tea user, like I'm a tea drinker. So I wanted to just bring up a couple of the Reddit forums that I have been on. And like social media is a blessing and a curse, and I'm gonna strictly probably focus on Reddit, simply because like if you're on Instagram, you don't necessarily have like those communities. Like sure, you could follow pages, but it's attached to your face. Same with like Facebook, Twitter. Reddit is going to be an anonymous forum, and when you're able to be anonymous online, you can say whatever the heck you want, without like really fear of real life repercussions for the most part. So one of the ones that I like had found when I was first like really getting into getting out of my anger, actually, and that just like I've been able to look at with a cleaner perspective by doing this, and like having my opinion heard and validated, instead of having someone be so like angry, or be that angry person myself. One is Just No Family. This one it gets out there because it shows the best and the worst. So it shows people who are like being the insane family member, or having the insane family member like talking to them, and it's got a lot going on. Another one, this one, it has, how many users are in this, and it's just like there's 179,000 people on this one like forum. Next is going to be r/insane parents. This one has 1.4 million people.
Wow.
So that one gets toxic really, really fast, because like I'm going to probably use and abuse this word throughout my entire little monologue I'm doing right now. But it really is an echo chamber, and everybody just confirming like, yeah, F them, or like being able to see it differently and like with compassion, instead of just like, wow, these people are monsters, has just had me sit back and be like, wow, is that how I used to sound, because of all the pain and the anger that I had? So this one, like I said, 1.4 million on r/insane parents. It's like, even in the description, it just says it's a weird place where you could post these crazy parents who post on like things on Facebook and do harmful, directly or indirectly, things to their children. Things posted here do not have to be physically abusive. Abuse and insane are not mutually exclusive. Like, that's already setting the tone for what you want it to be, what to expect from this. And instead of like looking at it with compassion, like it's kind of like when you're a psychologist, the C word, crazy, like you don't like to use that, because it creates this negative connotation, and really not only makes that person feel bad, but kind of changes your opinion of them if you're like, oh my gosh, yeah, that person's crazy. So like I would put that in the same category of like, yeah, sometimes like people can say it lovingly, like, oh, she's crazy, or like, my mom's insane, because she'll like make a funny joke, or like say something a little out of pocket, and you're like, where did that come from? But the bias that we have, that we're looking at on these little like just toxic just cesspools, are gonna be like, just it already denotes something so intrinsically wrong with like what you're gonna post, instead of like, maybe this person is having a mental health crisis, or like maybe we're not getting the full story, we're just getting that one moment in time, and everybody is sitting there just consuming it.